Hi YouTube, it's Mama Dodon and Baby Fun Charlotte, and today we are coming to you to talk about my zero waste transition activity during the month of April and my goals for May. So if you are new to this channel or this is one of the first zero waste videos of mine that you've seen, I am taking small steps each month to convert to a zero waste lifestyle. I believe the best way to reach your goals is to just take small steps, one small step at a time, and that is what I am attempting to do this year, is to just take small steps each month, track my progress, track my successes and my failures, and discuss the next goals for the next month that I want to achieve. So today we're going to talk about my April goals and how I did on them and what my goals for May are. Okay, so my biggest goal for April was to use my cloth grocery bags every single time I went shopping, and I was finally able to get in the habit of this. I think I'm starting to finally get in the habit of it. This is something I wanted to do since January and I've just been forgetful with them. What's wrong? So only one time throughout this entire month did I forget to bring my cloth grocery bags with me, but for every other grocery trip that I took, I was able to use those cloth grocery bags, and I think I am officially getting into the habit with them now. How I am training myself to do that is basically every single time I come back from the store, I empty out those bags and then I just stick my wallet in those bags. So if I'm going to leave the house, if I'm going to go shopping, I have to grab those bags to grab my wallet to leave. So that has worked out really well for me, and it just makes sure that I always bring the bags with me. I always bring them into the store with me. If I want my wallet, I have to bring the bags, and that has worked out really well. My next goal was to air dry my laundry, and I was able to do that this month. I only have a washer anyways, and this is a habit I want to be in for the rest of my life. I don't want to have to use a laundry dryer anymore. Maybe for like some really bulky items that don't dry easily, I could, but honestly, for me, air drying has been really easy. It hasn't been that hard of a transition. It does take a little bit more time, but I'm already doing cloth diapers and cloth wipes and folding extra things through that and everything. So it really isn't that hard for me to make my laundry routine just a little bit longer. And I feel really good about air drying the laundry instead of wasting money and wasting electricity on the commercial air dryers. My next goal also coincided with laundry, and that was to only wash clothes when they were dirty. And I did okay on this month. Sometimes I just get absent-minded and I will throw my clothes into the dirty hamper, just not thinking about it, cleaning up. And towards the end of the month, I got a little bit better about it, being really conscious and deciding whether or not those items really needed to be washed. And I have gotten better about putting things back in my closet instead of just throwing them into the dirty hamper when they really aren't dirty and needing to be washed. And I had a small failure, and this goes along with only washing things when they needed to be washed, and diapers. I cloth diaper, that has been a big thing for me. But this month I had about 3 days, and if you paid attention to my videos, you will see her wearing disposable diapers. And that is because had washed the diapers, and I had washed, like pretty much I had waited till all of them had gotten dirty. Then I washed them and just did big loads, which is kind of what you're supposed to do to conserve on water and all that. Anyways, then I air dried them, which was my goal for this month, and it took longer than I expected to air dry them, and I think that was partly because it was really rainy, so I didn't have the sun coming in the windows to really heat them up and help them get totally dried out. And of course, I could not put a wet diaper on her because that would not be very functional. So for 2 days, 2 to 3 days, about 2.5 days, I had to use disposable diapers on her. But you know, it was a learning lesson. Now I know to stay ahead on those diapers and to make sure that I have enough time to completely dry them out and just have a continuous cycle of them going, so I do not have to use disposables. I actually have quite a few goals for May, so I'm excited to share those with you. The first one is to use bar soap for my dishes. So instead of using liquid soap that comes in a plastic disposable container, I'm going to be converting to bar soap for dishes. My next goal is to conserve electricity as well, and that is to unplug everything that I'm not using, from my microwave to my toaster to my phone charger. I just want to make sure that when I'm done using those items, I unplug them, and then I can just easily plug them back in when I'm going to use them again. But this will prevent them from just sitting there and wasting electricity as they're being plugged in, but they're actually not really functioning. Next goal is probably going to be my hardest one, and that is to quit using the dishwasher. And I want to do this partly because I pretty much entirely wash my dishes before I put them in the dishwasher and then just put them in the dishwasher to get them extra clean. I could just sit there and scrub them in the sink and get them extra clean because I'm scrubbing them anyways. So just to conserve on water, to conserve on electricity, and just to overall be better for the environment, I want to discontinue using my dishwasher. It's going to be a hard one for me because I love my dishwasher. It's a very convenient thing to use, but we are going to try to get through the month of May without using it. My next goal is to use bar hand soap in the bathroom, in the kitchen, anywhere where I'm washing my hands. No longer will I be using the liquid soap that comes in those disposable containers. Instead, I will be using bar soap. I am going to be going to classes in May, which I have not told you guys about yet, but stay tuned in my May finance goals to figure out what those classes are for. But I will be having to bring my lunch or buy a lunch. I don't want to buy a lunch because that's just going to create unnecessary waste. So I'm going to be bringing a lunch using reusable like Tupperware containers, using the reusable lunch bag, no disposable lunch bag, and using a reusable water bottle and coffee mug. So I am taking all of my like eating type items with me, and I will not be throwing anything away from what I am eating and drinking throughout the day. So yeah, I have more goals than I usually do in May, but a lot of these are things that I think will be kind of easy to convert to, like using bar soap for hand soap, using bar soap for laundry soap. Those kinds of things aren't really going to be big transitions that are like super life-changing. I think the biggest one for me is just going to be not using that dishwasher. So we will see how that goes, and I'm going to be continuing to do all the little steps that I've set up for myself up until now, and I really am starting to feel like I'm getting in that groove of really living a better lifestyle for the environment, and I am super excited about that. It has been a slow transition, but it has been one that I really am like, I'm starting to see all these little places in my life where I've made these small impacts, and it's starting to come together. It's starting to look like a zero waste lifestyle that I'm living, and I'm super proud of myself about that. So if you guys would like to join me from month to month, at the end of the month, I post my videos talking about my successes and the goals, any failures that I've had with going zero waste, and my goals for the next month. So if you'd like to follow along on my zero waste transition, I would love to have you come back at the end of this month to see how I have done on my goals for May and what my goals for June will be. Okay guys, as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.